Aloha, beautifuls. Welcome to the Woman Unleashed online retreat. My name is Amber Kuile Mailani Benici. I am your retreat hostess and one of your guides. And I'm excited for today's session. We're going to be doing some creativity, but not like maybe what you're thinking. So we're doing things a little bit differently. And I have one of my favorites, Whitney Freya. Aloha, Whitney.
Aloha, my dear.
So Whitney's like an old, like we just keep bringing her around. You're like, you cycle like the moon phases. Like you keep going. Which I love. I bring my favorites back again and again. So I'm really excited to do our session together. And so just the materials list is below. You're just going to need some stuff to make some mark making, and whatever you got's good if you don't have all the things. And let's go ahead, take a few breaths, and we'll jump on in. Okay, so I invite you with me to close your eyes, and any lingering energy or things from before that's on your mind, inhaling in. Exhale, release. If there's anything coming up in the future that you're worried or thinking about, come back to this moment together. Inhale in. Exhale, release. And our third and final breath, smelling this moment. And release. And when you're ready, I invite you to open your eyes, so I can introduce you to Whitney and all the amazing things about her besides her hanging out with me today. So she's an expert in inspired living, and she provides practical tools and practices that really free your mind from limitations and scarcity. We could all use a little bit more about that, right? In order to create more in your life that lights you up from the inside out. So she's guided thousands of people in their own sacred painting practice. And, you know, she's opened an art center in 1996 with zero art training, and she has this amazing, creatively fit coaching certification. She helps people tap into their creativity, and she's the author of 3 books on personal creativity, and her latest is Rise Above, and you can find all the details below on that. But today, we have her with us, hanging out with you in your house. So, hey, nice to have you here with me.
Hi, Amber. Hello. How are you all today? I am super excited always to hop on with you, Amber. And of course, I am all about women unleashing themselves. So this is even more important right now for us to take back our power. And what I love about what we're going to be talking about today is what came to me listening to your intro is just the need we have in general to get out of our minds. Right? To get out of our minds and into our hearts and into that place where we can really be present and dance with the mystery and be comfortable in transitions and with the unknown. And we're all there. So this is going to be a really fun and easy way for you to experience that. So, yay.
Yeah, when Whitney and I were talking, because we have like a call before our recording, just so y'all know. When Whitney and I were talking, and because we like to just connect in, and we're like, oh, what are you doing? She's telling me like, oh my gosh, da, da, da. We just had this like moment where I'm like, you're doing that. And it's like this thing of like, we're both feeling the connections and like the information that's coming in and how we want to share it with others through creativity, through symbol, through the pieces. So I'm really excited just to help, kind of open up some of what's available right now through creativity and through connecting to spirit, but like in a way maybe that you haven't done before.
Right.
We're opening up doors.
When we talked before this, and I brought up the symbol that we're going to explore today for the yantra, didn't you say you had just been working with that symbol as well?
That's right. Yeah, I've been so into symbols lately. I think I showed you my notebook was like full of all these symbols that I'm just getting downloads. I don't know what they are, but I do, but I don't. And it's exactly working with the symbols. There's medicine and information and energy in them. So
absolutely. It's actually, you can think of working with symbols as like learning a whole new language. But the nice thing is they're symbols, right? They're images, and it can be anything, but we're being guided and we're being offered wisdom and information that will support our highest path, support living in love through this symbolic language. And it happens like it's happening to all of you, whether you're aware of it or not, right? It's like, oh, I'm seeing, snakes everywhere. Well, there's a reason you're seeing snakes everywhere. Like not everyone is seeing snakes everywhere. And so when you tune in and you realize like, oh, and then you just Google, like, you know, I pull out my phone and Google like snake symbolism or shell symbolism or feather symbolism, or, you know, a crystal that you've been attracted to or whatever. There's always, and you'll know it, there'll be a little zing, right? It's like, oh, that's exactly what I've just been thinking about or wondering about or wanting. And it's so fun. Like, it just makes life like this kind of treasure hunt, you know? And I've been working, I actually had a dream that guided me to working with sacred symbols and helping people to understand how you can paint these symbols or create with these symbols in order to receive the energy that will help you kind of just on your very next kind of up leveling. And that has been like 7 years, and it's been a magic carpet ride for sure.
Here we go. Next level, ladies. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
No, you work with, there's 6 spheres that you work with. Yeah.
Right. So the symbol we're working with today is called Metatron's cube. And it's related to the Merkaba. So this canvas here is the symbol. So you can kind of see this 6-pointed star in here. So the Jewish star was first the Merkaba, which is a 3-dimensional version. So it's a pyramid, like an upside down pyramid and a right side up pyramid coming together is this star in the middle. And then you can connect these circles. It's actually like all the Platonic solids, which are the kind of the foundation for sacred geometry and physics and, you know, stuff that I don't go very deep into enough, except to understand, you know, that there's like this very sacred design. It's found in nature, it's everywhere. This Metatron's cube contains all of those. So it's very much, for us creatives, it's like having every color on your palette. Like with this palette, you can create any color in the universe. That's kind of how Metatron's cube is with sacred geometry. So Metatron's cube has, as very part of it, like if you search Metatron's cube, you'll see the 6-pointed star with these 6 circles, or what I call 6 spheres around them. And what happened is I was meditating, you know, like a 1.5 years ago, and in my meditation saw Metatron's cube and was given this understanding that this symbol could serve as a portal, that it could help to create space for people to learn how to live as vibrational beings. And what that means is when you go to the core of any experience, any thought, any idea, any emotion, feeling, stage of life you're in, whatever, it's all vibrational. Everything's energy, right? And so especially these days, for example, it's very, very timely, this teaching I was given. So with all the unknown going on, right? With all of the potential fear, that out of control feeling people may have, how are things going to look moving ahead? You know, our kids are wondering what their lives are going to look like ahead. I have 2 in college that are, you know, am I going to college? Am I going to college for just a quarter? Like there's just a lot of unknown, right? So when we learn to live as vibrational beings, we understand how to take care of ourselves vibrationally. And that is an inside out job. And so what that means is whatever is going on in the external world is independent from your state of being as a vibrational being. So you can imagine, and so we're going to draw. So let's just draw this symbol first. Okay. So I do have this course, I Am the Unstoppable Dream, and it's going to be my next book and all that. So there's lots more information if you all want it. But this is how you draw Metatron's cube from this sacred geometry place. And for those of you who know me, right, I am broad brushstroke girl. So bringing in the compass and the pencil and all this exactness is different for me. And it's really fun to feel how it creates this union and harmony between our left and right hemispheres. And I have videos on my YouTube channel, how to draw a flower of life, how to draw Metatron's cube, but it starts with the flower of life. And then from there you draw. So you can see here the 6 spheres of wellness and the 2 triangles for Metatron's cube. We can also do it, kind of right brain version, right? By simply drawing. So I've got my sketchbook here. So you can just draw a triangle and another triangle, and then these 6 spheres. So you can just, for now, just draw that. What's really fun too, as an aside, this is coming to me, if any of you have already been aware of the Hilma F. Klint exhibit that was at the Guggenheim last year. She was a abstract female artist back in the early 1900s, and she created this huge body of work that was very symbolic, and it was all channeled. Unbelievable. And you can find a lot of symbols. She has one that's similar-ish to this. My personal symbol, my Freya knot, is also in, you just do a couple things and it's in there. But anyway, check her out, Hilma F. Klint. We can maybe add those into the notes. So anyway, so this is the symbol. So when you're working with symbols, it's very helpful to draw it because what you're doing is you're bringing in your body. Right? So instead of just thinking about it, visualizing it, just the drawing of it kind of like weaves you into the symbol more. And it helps you understand it better. So what we're going to imagine today is that you exist, like you are this Merkaba, this 6-pointed star. You are the union of above and below. We are completely physical and material that is inhabited, enlightened, inspired by spirit, right? We're not just material, we're not just spirit, we are the union of both. So that is what that is symbolic of. And most of us understand that our energy bodies go way beyond our physical bodies, right? So you can almost imagine, you might imagine you're sitting, kind of cross-legged in here. I often imagine that like when I do this in meditation, you can use symbols and yantras just in your mind's eye in meditation. And I imagine myself sitting grounded, secure on the earth. So that's the bottom, the upright pyramid. And then I'm open, like I'm this open chalice to receive from above. And that's the upside down pyramid. So you can connect to that however it comes to you. That Da Vinci's man, dude, what's that called? Anyway, he's in one of these as well.
The dude in the circle, like it looks like a starfish,
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
So that's Metatron's cube as well. Like that, it's all, this is not new stuff. So imagine that you are this star, right? You are in this vibrational space, and these 6 spheres of wellness are like, imagine Glenda the Good Witch, that orb of energy that floats in. That's how I picture them. So they're like floating around your energy body, and they're available to support your vibrational well-being at any point. We have to, because we live in a free will universe, right? Like we have to engage with it, but they're right there kind of circling around us. So if you picture those like gyroscopes, that's kind of what I see when I see this. And the teaching I was given is that we can focus on keeping our vibrational bodies full of these 6 spheres of wellness that I'll explain. And when we do that, we've created such a vibrational state of being that we can only attract other high vibration experiences, ideas, wisdom, right? So what this means is, and you notice this, like right after I was teaching this, so the first time I was teaching this was right before this whole pandemic came about, right? And I was talking with the group about how when you're at a high vibration, the information that passes through and enters into your vibrational space has to either match or be higher than your own vibration. So even if it's, the economy's tanking, you just got, kicked out of your house, your car's repoed, even that information has to align with you. So it's like, okay, there must be something better for me. I didn't like that house anyway. I've always wanted to travel. right? You automatically see kind of like the silver lining. And so right after I'm teaching that, this whole virus thing breaks out. And the people that I talked to about it, who were high vibration, you know, like most of my close friends, it was kind of like, whoa, like, can you believe like how we're all being able to see how interconnected we are? And like, holy shit, this is good medicine, like bitter, but like, wow, you know? And then people that are lower vibration, like no judgment, but they're in fear. So again, there's absolutely no judgment. What I'm being called to do is to create an awareness around what we can control and the way we can choose to live on this planet that is independent from fear and gives us like this reservoir, this access to love and compassion and all these things I'm about to go into, no matter what is going on the outside. And this is very similar, related to my book, Rise Above, right? Because that's all about create the energy from the inside out. So you can choose to create abundance and self-love and freedom. And we're not at the mercy of external circumstances to come into alignment. So we're going to do a guided meditation around this, but let's fill in the spheres of wellness. Now you all are welcome, once I do this, like you may want to come up with your own 6 spheres of wellness, right? You may be guided into your whole own interpretation of this. Like there is no right or wrong. Like I receive this stuff in meditation, I turn around and teach it. So I have no attachment to the process. So this top one I call the sphere of love. So this is about keeping your sphere of love full, right? So if someone says like, what are things you love to do? You're like, oh, I love to plant my garden in the spring. I love to watch sunsets. I love. Like you have at the ready things you love to do, people you love, right? It's not like a love. It's like you love. There are lots of things you love. And the more you love, the more that sphere is like full or glowing or expanded, whatever. And then it's compassion. Compassion is what helps us roll with, you know, the people that may not think exactly the way we think, might not be quite on board with our love revolution. You know, it's okay. Compassion. You have compassion for things. You have compassion for yourself. We talk about that a lot, self-compassion. The third one is courage. And I love courage. Because courage is the energy that helps us take steps into the unknown. Our left hemispheres, our logical, linear, ego-based, fear-based minds are physiologically programmed to resist change. So they're always trying to keep you safe. That illogical awareness that you were raised in and steeped in this culture is still predominantly trying to hold on to a structure that is left brain. That part of you is afraid of all change. So this is why you get really excited in the moment. And then when you start taking steps towards creating whatever change, you're like, oh, I really need to go do this, or, you know, and you meet up with resistance. So courage is what propels us into the newness, which we need a lot of right now, right? And then the bottom sphere is alignment. And again, there was no premeditation of the order, but I love how alignment, of course, is right at the bottom and centered with love. Like anything that's not in love is not necessarily worthy of your vibrational being. And then we have gratitude. So again, the way you fill up these spheres, you fill up your sphere of gratitude by just taking a moment and pausing and reflecting on everything you're grateful for. Right? I'm grateful that the internet connection is good right now. I'm grateful for the light shining in the window. I'm grateful for these blue light glasses because I think they really help. I'm grateful for, you know, like you just fill up with gratitude. And then the last one is presence. In the present moment, so here's something that's really, that most of you probably understand, but we always need a reminding. We have these 2 ways of thinking, perceiving the world. The Course in Miracles says we're either coming from fear or love. There's the left-right hemisphere, there's the logical, linear, and then there's the more intuitive, creative. But the bottom line is our logical, linear minds are past, future-based. So we learn from our experiences, we file them away, and then based on our experience up until now, we project into the future what we think is safe or possible. So if you haven't experienced what you want to experience differently in your life up until now, you're automatically going to get resistance when you think about things you want to do differently. It's only in the present moment, which is the realm of the right hemisphere, or your creative self, or your heart, where you have no baggage, you have no past experience, no failures, no fear of anything. In the present moment is where we can tap into the infinite possibility. So part of what I'm always coaching people about, which is why I love you having a painting practice, is that that brings us present. And it's making sure it's like microdosing present moment all day long. We want to do this. So you fill up your sphere of presence by, like, okay, today I absolutely spent time in the present moment. I connected to that present moment. It can get pretty funny when you live more and more in the present moment. Like, you forget things really easily, like we need our past future. But the presence is where we can really step into our creative power and create change, which all of you are involved in this right now on a global scale. So these 6 spheres of wellness are basically, when these are full, everything else in your life will be fine. So if you want insurance or security right now, it's not going to come from an IRA account. It's not going to come from any political party being in power. It's not going to come from anything other than you choosing to generate, create that security. This is your insurance policy. This is how you ensure that whatever happens moving forward, you are going to be safe, secure, and loved, is by taking care of this vibrational state of being. This is, for me, it feels extremely liberating and freeing, because it's physics. Like energy attracts like energy. So when you are consciously caring for your vibrational state of being, you have to attract things that are in alignment with that. And again, it doesn't mean nothing's going to go wrong. It means when it goes wrong, you start looking for all the reasons it's actually going right. Less stress, higher immune system, you stay healthier, all kinds of benefits. So this symbol, when you're working with a yantra, you draw it, you paint it. This is going to be an underlayer of a painting. I often paint this symbol, other symbols, numbers, animals, anything, words, and the underlayers of my painting, and then I paint over that. Sometimes I know what I'm going to paint, sometimes I don't, but these symbols are very energetically alive. If you think about our history as a human race, since the beginning of time, we have always had a symbolic language. Always, always, always. It was carved into pottery and stone and woven into fabric. People were given symbols at birth. They were given symbols as part of their coming of age ceremonies. Like, symbols are how we help to understand who we are beyond our individual ego-ness. And so working with these symbols as yantras, you're working with them, drawing meditation, the typical closed-eyed meditation, painting meditation, and energetically they will create change in your space, and it ripples out. Life is an inside-out job, and you will begin to look at life differently and from a more empowered, creative place, which is what Amber and I are all about.
So mantras are like words, right? Like words, and yantras are symbols. Yes, that hold a frequency. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Right. So they do the same thing. They help get rid of the monkey mind and all the lower vibration thoughts and to-dos and I should-haves and whatever. And once you become present and at that higher vibration, then you access higher levels of consciousness. I have found with people I work with, and of course, starting with myself, as much as I do love to meditate, sometimes it's hard, to let go of everything, or you don't have time or whatever. So these symbols, even when I picture like Metatron's cube in my mind's eye, I go quicker, sooner, faster into that meditative state. So again, you can close your eyes and connect to the symbol. And the more you work with it and the more you wrap your brain, like, what does she mean 6 spheres of wellness? Like, you draw it, you can draw it 3D, you can look up the video on YouTube, but it will weave itself into you. And it's really more of a remembering. Like, this is why it's given to us in this kind of intuitive meditative state, right? It's not logical. And your dreamiest life, your most inspired, fulfilled, powerful, authentic life does not lie on the other side of logic. So we got to boost up the courage to venture into the unknown. So Amber, is there anything else we can do, you think, on the drawing, the journal to explain? Does that all seem clear?
No, I think so. I think the explanation is really good. It's pretty much like, okay, if you want a shortcut to like feeling good, do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And like, it's, I mean, literally I was given this teaching, I started teaching it right before this pandemic broke out. And with all the opportunity to feel scared and nervous about life and where it's going and what's my future going to look like, this is what we're being given. And many people are getting it in many different ways, right? But it's all about living as a vibrational being. And when you are like, God, I have so many things I love in my life and I feel compassion, I give myself a break. I don't expect perfection. I allow myself to make mistakes, you know, that is incredibly freeing. And I am doing courageous things. It was courageous for me to, you know, walk for 4 miles instead of 2 miles. It was courageous for me to try this, you know, Japanese dinner recipe that I'd never made before. It was courageous for me to call an old friend I hadn't heard from in a long time. You know, all little things. Like, I am being courageous and tuning into what is in alignment, like noticing, like, wow, you know, the scent of this soap feels very in alignment right now, you know, or this person feels very in alignment, or this doesn't feel in alignment. Like, understanding, nurturing that awareness and making sure that we're expressing gratitude. I mean, usually the first thing I do when I wake up and the last thing I do before I go to bed is I just start saying, I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm so grateful for this. I send gratitude into the future, whatever I might be worried about. So grateful that I had the money to take care of my house. So grateful that my studio is redone. So grateful, like, I just send gratitude. And then making sure that every day because I am like multitask extraordinaire, right? That I am spending some time in that present moment. And then the reassurance that when I do that, when I have those spheres full to overflowing, that I'm good. I am secure. That is my security. Right? So do we want to do a little meditation?
Let's go there. Let's
go. Okay. So those of you who know me too know that everything is sacred and nothing is sacred. Like, you can do these meditations in a minute, just connecting and like surrounding yourself and bathing yourself. There's no right or wrong. And the first step is always, as Amber models, to breathe 3 times. Breathe deeply, all the way down into your belly. Imagine breathing multicolored rainbow light into every cell of your body. And then exhaling anything that is not in alignment with that sparkly, colorful energy. And then inhaling even more. Maybe you feel the cells in your body start to pop into life, expand, vibrate faster. And you exhale anything that's in the way of that. Inhale deeply and feel yourself on this earth. And exhale and allow your awareness to rise up through the sky into the ethers and the infinite space that is all around you. And then breathe in again and feel yourself grounded on this planet. We are here to experience our unique expression physicalized in a way that we can engage with the elements of earth, air, fire, and water. Mother Earth creating, manifesting everything we need around us and more. Beauty. Every tree, the standing people, every rock, the sitting people. The air that can blow through our awareness, our energy, and clear away anything that no longer serves us. The fire that can transmute negativity into personal power. The water that can cleanse and rejuvenate our energy. Remind us to trust to surrender, to let go. An earth that reminds us about the cycles of manifestation, the divine timing, the time spent in the darkness, and the time spent growing and expanding, that does absolutely yield fruit and seeds of potential. So picture yourself sitting in this pyramid that is grounded and secure and stable on the earth. Feel yourself supported. Feel the heaviness of your body. And then with the next exhale, allow your awareness to open up to the space that exists above and around you. You might imagine your arms reaching up as wide as they can, as if to catch all the goodness and the love that is being offered to you, the light, the wisdom, the guidance. You are light made visible, spirit incarnated. We are the physical extension of the unseen world. We are through which the divine creates on this planet. So imagine and connect with the pyramid that has its wide base facing up to capture all the light and the wisdom, the support and the love that's all being channeled down to the single point that is your heart, that is you. To feel yourself as the union of light from above and matter from below. Imagine yourself sitting in this magical, energetic space that is the Merkaba. And then you allow your awareness to rise up to this glowing sphere above your head. Maybe you see a sphere, maybe you just sense its energy. Maybe you feel a sense of buoyancy or lightness. Maybe it's a color or just a feeling. But this is the sphere of love. This is the energy of love that is constantly available to you, that you connect with every time you perceive, generate, sense, choose the frequency, the vibration, the energy of love. Whether it's I love chocolate, I love my child, I love sunrises, I love this sweater, I love her art. You love lots, you love abundantly. The sphere of love may expand as you focus on it. You may see it glowing brighter, the color becoming more brilliant. It may spill over and the energy cascading down with this sparkly flow of love energy into your energetic vibrational space. But you are someone who loves a lot, and you choose the things you love. I choose to have tea before I go to bed because I love it. I choose to have coffee in the morning because I love it. I choose to go out into my garden because I love watching things grow. You value that which you love. You focus on the energy of love. And then you imagine the sphere of love kind of tilting its head to the left, to the sphere of compassion. Compassion, self-compassion. We know what it's like to be hard on ourselves, to be critical, to be a perfectionist, to want everything to go right the first time. We don't want to make mistakes. We don't want to do it wrong. Imagine forgiving yourself. Imagine yourself giving you permission to try and to fail, to make mistakes, to do things imperfectly, to get a little messy outside the lines, to give yourself grace, to allow yourself to say the wrong things. And then compassion for others. Compassion for those suffering from physical disease, those suffering because they've lost their jobs, the struggle. Compassion for those that we don't agree with. Compassion for those that appear angry or hateful. Can you generate compassion? So imagine that sphere of compassion. Check in with it. Sometimes these spheres may appear smaller and you realize they want more of your attention. That instead of jumping to conclusions that someone did something against you, you can remember to spread the energy of compassion around that situation. I am a compassionate being. I practice compassion. Breathe that energy of forgiveness, surrender, allowance, permission to try, permission to not be perfect. And then your awareness cycles over to the sphere of courage. You remember that courage is about following your heart. It's about trusting the desires that have been placed within your awareness, that these desires are wanting to be expressed through you. It is the divine wanting to experience this through you. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to know what's next. You can trust, you can leap, you can be courageous. That the more of us that follow our hearts and trust the leaps, the quicker we can get to this new earth. The changes can happen when we lean in to the unknown. I am courageous. I follow my heart. I trust that I will be supported when I follow my heart. If I'm feeling scared, I'm not in my heart. I reconnect to the love. I bathe myself in self-compassion, and then I choose courage. And then feel yourself anchored below, directly below you in the sphere of alignment. What does alignment feel like to you? That feeling of flow. When you're in alignment, it's like life is happening with you. You can imagine releasing, like the dead leaves on a tree in the fall, releasing anything that is no longer in alignment. Recognizing that we can't be centered and in our power if we're sending energy to things that are not in alignment. So you connect to all the times you feel that sense of alignment. I feel alignment when I am circled up with other creative women. I feel alignment when I am in nature. I feel alignment when I'm sharing time and space with this friend. I feel alignment in these conversations. And I now recognize the opposite feeling, and I choose alignment. Those things that are in alignment with love, and those things that are not in alignment with love simply fall away. They're no longer in my frequency. I am so grateful for this awareness. I am grateful and send gratitude to all the things I've learned in my life, all the challenges, the experiences, the people that have brought new wisdom, new learning to me. I am grateful for the sweater on my back that keeps me warm. I'm grateful for the internet connection that helps me to connect to other like-hearted souls. I am grateful. In presence, I choose to cultivate and honor and choose experiences that each day align me with the present moment. I'm learning more and more how to take action in the present moment, guided by my heart, courageously, compassionately, in my love, because that is how I can follow my highest path. I don't need to know what's going to happen a week from now or a year from now. I can follow the energy that is being shown to me in this present moment. I practice presence while I am doing the dishes. I practice presence when I'm talking to my children. I harness the energy of the present moment to help me to expand and grow. So allow these spheres of wellness to shine on you, to bathe you in their light, their energy. Perhaps they're spinning around you. Perhaps one is connecting to you more, has enveloped you in its energy. Feel yourself as pure vibration. Feel the lightness of being. Feel the absence of heaviness. From this place, you are unleashed. You are unstoppable. You are the divine in action, here to create love and beauty, harmony, interconnectedness, compassion, courage, alignment, gratitude, and presence. Imagine breathing all of this energy, your entire Metatron's cube that is surrounding you. Breathe it all into your heart. Breathe it into every cell of your being. Breathe deeply again into your heart. Exhale gratitude, send it out to the air and the grass and the trees all around you. Feel yourself sitting securely on this planet, alive and energized by spirit. Feel the air on your skin, the hair on the back of your neck. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And whenever you're ready, open your eyes. The power of the yantra.
Yeah, I'm yantra'd out somewhere. I don't know where. Coming back. Yeah, that was beautiful, Whitney. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That felt yeah, I feel really light and peaceful and yeah, calm, present.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You're
Mhm.
welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Spirit wants us to know all of those energies are close and available at any time. And, you know, use that to balance your news watching or, you know, some of those other things and see how it shifts. Play with it a little bit and let me know.
Love it. So ladies, we'd like for you to share in the Facebook group. You can share your yantra that we did. You can share your experience of what we create together. Or if there's a symbol that you're feeling connected to recently, feel free to share that in the group as well, so we can all connect to that yantra. And yeah, let's see what shifts. Let's see what energetically we're vibrational. So let's see what we can vibrate in our group. Yeah. And then Whitney, I know you have something for our ladies too, to continue. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a course called The Secret to Lighting Up Your Life. And it incorporates this symbol. It incorporates the Merkaba in it. And it's a process that you do in your art journal with paint, pretty much any kind of paint, but acrylic paint is what I use in the course. And it's a really powerful process of, again, stating, declaring, choosing what it is you want to create, and a way to recognize where you have resistance. It will bring up anything that stands in your way. I was, you know, of course, doing it while I was filming it, and I had a powerful realization and release, and I cry, and like, I mean, I'm like, see, this shit really works, everybody. Like, I mean, it was powerful. So, and it incorporates, you know, kind of the same symbol. So it's interesting, actually, as I say that, you know, these symbols also kind of follow you, right? So it's almost like the symbol has been playing with me and having a conversation with me, and it keeps showing up in different ways. And so I'm really excited for y'all to share that. And in the course, it's free. It's normally $97. And also you can comment below any of the lessons, and I get those emails, and I love to comment back and share your experience. So please take advantage.
Awesome. So links right here. And you can find out more about Whitney and what she offers further on this page. Thank you for bringing your wisdom, your energy mojo, and bringing all the Whitney goodies. So thank you so much.
Thank you, my dear. Aloha.
Aloha. And beautifuls, we'll be seeing you on our next session. So looking forward to seeing you in the Facebook group, sharing your experience with us, and we'll see you next time. Aloha.